Good morning. I couldn't find the button to click. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Oh, we're headed to the city today. Going citying. We got to go to Charlotte. Erin needs a dress. She got the formals she went to last year sold out this year before we got a ticket. And she was really, really devastated. Well, I got a call last night. That one ticket, and they didn't expect any more to come open. So there was one ticket open. So I nabbed that. So now we got to go buy a dress. So fun. All right. Yes, it does sound like an expensive trip, Jamie. Why are these dresses $200 to $300? I gave her a budget, and then I looked at the store we're going to, and nothing's under $300. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, just wear the one you wore last year. It was gorgeous. I just got that look. I got the look of, no. I'd rather go nude. Okay. March 7th. Moab seduces Israel. Numbers 25, 1 through 18. While the Israelites were camped at Acacia Grove, some of the men defiled themselves by having sexual relations with the Moabite women. Way to kick off a Friday morning. These women invited them to attend sacrifices to their gods. So the Israelites feasted with them and worshiped the gods of Moab. In this way, Israel joined in the worship of Baal of Peor, causing the Lord's anger to blaze against his people. The Lord issued the following command to Moses: seize all the ringleaders and execute them before the Lord in the broad daylight, so his fierce anger will turn away from the people of Israel. So Moses ordered Israel's judges, each of you must be put to death. Each of you must put to death the men under your authority who have joined in worshiping Baal of Peor. Just then, one of the Israelite men brought a Midianite woman into his tent right before the eyes of Moses and all of the people, as everyone was weeping at the entrance of the tabernacle. When Phinehas, son of Eleazar and grandson of Aaron the priest, saw this, he jumped up and left the assembly. He took a spear and rushed after the man into his tent. Phinehas thrust the spear all the way through the man's body and into the woman's stomach. So the plague against the Israelites was stopped, but not before 24,000 people had died. I gotta text my daughter. If you ain't up, you should be. Then the Lord said to Moses, Phinehas, son of Eleazar and grandson of Aaron the priest, has turned my anger away from the Israelites by leading a zealous among them. What? Anger away from the Israelites. By being as zealous among them as I was. Sorry. So I stopped destroying all Israel as I intended to do in my zealous anger. Now tell him that I am making my special covenant of peace with him. In this covenant, I give him and his descendants a permanent right to the priesthood. For in his zeal for me, his God, he purified the people of Israel, making them right with me. The Israelite man killed with the Midianite woman was named Zimri, son of Salu, the leader of the family of the tribe of Simeon. The woman's name was Cosbi. She was the daughter of Zur, a leader of a Midianite clan. Then the Lord said to Moses, attack the Midianites and destroy them, because they assaulted you with deceit and tricked you into worshiping Baal of Peor. And because of Cosbi, the daughter of the Midianite leader, who was killed at the time of the plague, I'm reading wrong today. Because they assaulted you with deceit and tricked you into worshiping Baal of Peor, and because Cosbi, the daughter of the Midianite leader, who was killed at the time of the plague, because of what happened at Peor. Israel's second census, Numbers 26, 1 through 4. After the plague had ended, the Lord said to Moses and to Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, from the whole community of Israel, record the names of the warriors by their families. List all the men 20 years old or older who are able to go to war. So there on the plains of Moab, beside the Jordan River, across from Jericho, Moses and Eleazar the priest issued these instructions to the leaders of Israel. List all the men of Israel 20 years old and older, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. This is the record of all the descendants of Israel who came out of Egypt. The tribe of Reuben, Numbers 26, 5 through 11. These were the clans descended from the sons of Reuben, Jacob's oldest son. The Hanachite clan, named after their ancestor Hanach. The Paluite clan, named after their ancestor Palu. The Hezronite clan, named after their ancestor Hezron. The Carmite clan, named after their ancestor Carmi. These were the clans of Reuben. Their registered troops numbered 43,730. Palu was the ancestor of Eliab, and Eliab was the father of Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. This Dathan and Abiram are the same community leaders who conspired with Korah against Moses and Aaron, rebelling against the Lord. But the earth opened up its mouth and swallowed them with Korah, and the fire devoured 250 of their followers. This served as a warning to the entire nation of Israel. However, the sons of Korah did not die that day. The tribe of Simeon, Numbers 26, 12 through 14. These were the clans descended from the sons of Simeon. The Jemuelite clan, named after their ancestor Jemuel. The Jaminite clan, named after their ancestor Jamin. The Jachinite clan, named after their ancestor Jachin. The Zoharite clan, named after their ancestor Zohar. The Shaulite clan, named after their ancestor, I'll let you guess, Shaul. These were the clans of Simeon. Their registered troops numbered 22,200. The tribes of Gad. These were the clans descended from the sons of Gad. The Zephonite clan, named after their ancestor Zephon. The Haggite clan, named after their ancestor Haggai. The Shunite clan, named after their ancestor Shuni. The Oznite clan, named after their ancestor Ozni. The Arite clan, named after their ancestor Eri. The Aridite clan, named after their ancestor Aridi. The Aralite clan, named after their ancestor Arali. I would die laughing if one of these was like the Shelanite clan, named after their ancestor Bob. It would be so funny. But I know it's not a humorous chapter, so I should probably get over that, not expect it. These were the clans of Gad. Their registered troops numbered 40,500. The tribe of Judah, Numbers 26, 19 through 22. Judah had two sons, and Onan, who had died in the land of Canaan. These were the clans descended from Judah's surviving sons. The Shelanite clan, named after their ancestor Shelah. The Perizzite clan, named after their ancestor Perez. The Zaharite clan, named after their ancestor Zerah. These were the subclans descended from the Perizzites. The Hezronites, named after their ancestor Hezron. The Hamulites, named after their ancestor Hamul. These were the clans of Judah. Their registered troops numbered 76,500. The tribe of Issachar, Numbers 26, 23 through 25. These were the clans descended from the sons of Issachar. The Tolite clan, named after their ancestor Tola. The Puite clan, named after their ancestor Pua. The Jashabite clan, named after their ancestor Jashub. The Shimronite clan, named after their ancestor Shimron. These were the clans of Issachar. Their registered troops numbered 64,300. The tribe of Zebulun, Numbers 26, 26 through 27. These were the clans descended from the sons of Zebulun. The Saradite clan, named after their ancestor Sarad. The Elonite clan, named after their ancestor Elon. The Jaleite clan, named after their ancestor Jaleel. I didn't know Elon was a biblical name. Did you just catch that? I didn't realize that. All right. These were the clans of Zebulun. Their registered troops numbered 60,500. The tribe of Manasseh, Numbers 26, 28 through 34. Two clans were descended from Joseph through Manasseh and Ephraim. These were the clans descended from Manasseh. The Machirite clan, named after their ancestor Maker. The Gileadite clan, named after their ancestor Gilead, Maker's son. These were the subclans descended from the Gileadites. The Irzites, named after their ancestor Izer. The Helekites, named after their ancestor Helek. The Azraelites, named after their ancestor Azrael. The Shechemites, named after their ancestor Shechem. The Shemedites, named after their ancestor Shemitah. The Hepherites, named after their ancestor Hepher. That's an unfortunate name. One of Hefer's descendants, Zelophehad, had no sons, but his daughters were named Mala, Noah, Hogla, Milcah, and Tirzah. How would you like to be Hogla? I know, names were very different back then. Today, Hogla would not be a great name. These were the clans of Manasseh. Their registered troops numbered 52,700. The tribe of Ephraim, Numbers 26, 35 through 37. These were the clans descended from the sons of Ephraim. The Shuthelite clan, named after the ancestor Shuthelah. The Becherite clan, named after their ancestor Becher. The Tahanite clan, named after their ancestor Tahan. This was a subclan descended from the Shuthalahites, the Aaronites named after their ancestor Aaron. These were the clans of Ephraim. Their registered troops numbered 32,500. These clans of Manasseh and Ephraim were all descendants of Joseph. The tribe of Benjamin numbers 26, 38 through 41. These were the clans descended from the sons of Benjamin. The Belite clan named after their ancestor Bela. The Ashbelite clan named after their ancestor Ashbel. The Ahiramite clan named after their ancestor Ahiram. The Shuphamite clan named after their ancestor Shupham. The Huphamite clan named after their ancestor Hupham. These were the subclans descended from the Belites. The Ardites named after their ancestor Ard. The Naamites named after their ancestor Naaman. These were the clans of Benjamin. Their registered troops were 45,600. The tribe of Dan, numbers 26, 42 through 43. These were the clans descended from the tribes of Dan. The Shuhamite clan, named after their ancestor Shuham. These were the Shuhamite clans of Dan. Their registered troops numbered 64,600. The tribe of Asher, numbers 26, 44 through 47. These were the clans descended from the sons of Asher. The Imnite clan named after their ancestor Imnah. The Ishvite clan named after their ancestor Ishvi. The Berite clan named after their ancestor Beriah. These were the subclans descended from the Berites. The Heberites named after their ancestor Heber. The Melchielites named after their ancestor Melchiel. Asher also had a daughter named Sarah. These were the clans of Asher. Their registered troops numbered 53,400. The tribes of Naphtali, numbers 26, 48 through 50. These were the clans descended from the sons of Naphtali. The Jazielite clan, named after their ancestor Jaziel. The Gunite clan, named after their ancestor Guni. The Jezreelite clan, named after their ancestor Jezer. The Shilamite clan, named after their ancestor Shillam. These were the clans of Naphtali. Their registered troops numbered 45,400. The census results, numbers 26, 51 through 56. In summary, the registered troops of all of Israel numbered 601,730. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Divide the land among the tribes and distribute the grants of land in proportion to the tribes' populations, as indicated by the number of names on the list. Give the larger tribe more land and the smaller tribe less land, each group receiving a grant in proportion to the size of its population. But you must assign the land by lot and give each land to each ancestral tribe according to the number of names on the list. Each grant of land must be assigned by lot among larger and smaller tribal groups." The tribe of Levi, numbers 26, 57 through 65. This is a record of the Levites who were counted according to their clans. The Gershonite clan, named after their ancestor Gershon. The Kohathite clan, named after their ancestor Kohath. The Merarite clan, named after their ancestor Merari. The Libnites, the Hebronites, the Mahalites, the Mushites, and the Korathites were all subclans of the Levites. Now Kohath was the ancestor of Amram, and Amram's wife was named Jochebed. She was also a descendant of Levi, born among the Levites in the land of Egypt. Amram and Jochebed became parents to Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. To Aaron were born Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they burned before the Lord the wrong kind of fire, different than he had commanded. The men from the Levite clans who were 1 month old or older numbered 23,000. But the Levites were not included in the registration of the rest of the people of Israel, because they were not given an allotment of land when it was divided among the Israelites. So these are the results of the registration of the people of Israel as conducted by Moses and Eleazar the priest on the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River, across from Jericho. Not one person on this list had been among those listed in the previous registration taken by Moses and Aaron in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said to them, "They will all die in the wilderness." Not one of them survived, except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, son of Nun. Okay. Anybody out there who's getting ready to have a baby? Maybe you found a good name, like Eber or Othni or Bezriel. That's a good one. All right, we are on chapter 48. We're going to read about half of it because it's a long one. This one is called The God Who Sees. You are the God who sees me. I have now seen the one who sees me. Genesis 16:13. When my brother and I were very young, my parents were pastors of a fairly large church. In the sanctuary was a giant box attached to the ceiling where the speakers were housed. My brother, who was about 5 years old at the time, had a bad habit of running through the church after service was over, playing and chasing friends. My mother scolded him repeatedly, warning him that he was showing disrespect for God's house. Pondering this statement, my brother reasoned that if church was God's house, then God must live in a giant box that sat atop the sanctuary. He came up with a solution that would satisfy any 5-year-old wanting to play. He decided to run throughout the church, but when he would step into the sanctuary, he would slow down and walk calmly, smiling at the God box the whole time. We as spiritual children sometimes put God in a box, thinking that he does not always see us. There have been times in my life when I have felt like I was such a mess that there was no way God could see me amidst my mountainous problems. At other times, I have hoped that God could not see me living completely for myself. Still, yet, there were other times when I believed that God chose not to see me because of my many failures. The truth of the matter is that none of these statements are true. God always sees us. It is so much a part of who he is that he allowed himself to be named El Roi, pronounced El Roi. I don't know where there's like an thingy in one of these thingies. I don't know how to. Anyway, El Roi, what? El Roi, who means the God who sees. In Genesis 16, we find a story of Hagar. She was the Egyptian maidservant of Sarah, Abraham's wife. God had promised Abraham that he would have a son and that God would make him into a great nation. Abraham and Sarah had been waiting a long while, and Sarah began to get impatient. I'm sure that none of us can relate to that. She decided to help God along by offering her maidservant to Abraham, saying, "Perhaps I can build a family through her." We can certainly make a mess when we decide to help God. As you can imagine, things began to go sour once Hagar became pregnant. Hagar started despising Sarah, and in return, Sarah began to mistreat her. Since Abraham did not step in and handle the situation, the problem grew worse and worse until finally Hagar ran away. It is important for us to grasp fully what was happening here. Hagar started out as a stranger in this family, coming from Egypt as a slave. She was not looked upon as important or having a place or position. Have you ever felt like that? Like you were out of place or you do not belong? We all have. On top of this, Hagar was also put into a difficult situation that brought about some serious problem. That brought about serious problems. Although this was not Hagar's fault, she did contribute to some of the problem. The Bible tells us in Genesis 16:4 that Hagar began to despise her mistress. Have you ever had a bad attitude when things start going in the wrong direction? To make matters worse, Sarah started mistreating Hagar terribly. I can only imagine the abuse and ridicule that Hagar must have suffered. Have you ever been treated unfairly or abused? Sometimes it comes from the outside sources, or sometimes it comes from within. Either way, we have all experienced that feeling of being neglected. I'm so sorry. Yep. When the dog hit my computer, he muted it. Now I don't know where I was. It's your fault. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to step back. I'm back now. I'm really sorry. Can you hear me now? All right. I'm so sorry. That was the dog. That was actually Tilson because he went and let the dog get his favorite toy that drives me crazy. What was I reading? The last thing I heard you say is we have all been feeling neglected. Okay. Right here. Okay. Have you ever been treated unfairly or abused? Sometimes it comes from an outside source or sometimes it comes from within. Either way, we have all experienced that feeling of being neglected, rejected, and condemned. We walk away feeling hopeless, demoralized, and emotionally wounded. It is no wonder that at that moment, Hagar ran away. She could not take it any longer. She had to escape the hurt, the rejection, the problems, and the pain. I love the next part of the story. The Bible tells us in verse 7 the angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. Hagar was running away. She was not running to God or looking for help, she was just running to escape. But God came and found her. She did not do everything right or handle the problem in the best way, but God still came and found her. She was nobody in the eyes of most people, but to God, she was extremely important. The Hebrew word for found here refers to finding someone or something lost or misplaced. Hagar had allowed her circumstances to take her out of the right place. She had allowed her feelings to move her in the wrong direction. She was lost and misplaced, but in the midst of her trouble, God found her. God began to tell her what he was going to do in her and her son's life. It was not going to be easy because Abraham and Sarah had acted out of impatience and a lack of trust. But nonetheless, God was going to take care of and provide for Hagar and her son Ishmael. It was at that moment that Hagar said, "You are Elroy, the God who sees me." Regardless of where you are in your life or what you have done, God sees you. You may feel that you are so far away from God that he cannot possibly see you, but he wants you to know that he has been there all the time. He has kept his eyes fixed on you, and he has never left. It does not matter how many times you have failed him, he is looking at you with love. He sees your situation and your circumstances and wants you to turn your eyes to him. Psalm 9 through 10 says, "The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble. Those who know your name will trust in you, for you, Lord, have never forsaken those who seek you." God will give you strength and help you in your time of trouble if you just look to him. Others may not know what you are going through, but God has never looked away. He sees your heart and your struggle, and he is stretching out his hand to you. Take hold of his mighty hand. All right. All right, my friends. Sorry, going back through the chat. Sorry about that pause. I wasn't going to read that whole chapter, but it looked longer when I first looked at it. Oh, that's awesome, Rita. Thank you for the update. That's awesome. All right, we'll be praying for Maria. There's not enough time to get one online, Jamie. It's only 10 days away. Seeing all the new grass shoots popping up from behind the dead grass in the neighborhood. Yeah, we can see spring popping out here too. It's awesome. Yes. One day when I was reading this, there was a friend of my husband's was at the house and he said, "Why don't you just skip those sections?" I said, "No, they're super important." I've never forgotten that. Yes, you have a friend. Anyway, I remember him saying that, and um, and I think it's super important too. I love the name Apple. Crispy wafer. Oh, yep. Here's all the you're muted, you're muted, you're muted. All right, a lot of comments this morning. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, Linda. Chemo's no joke. All right, girls, let's go ahead and end our morning in prayer. God our Father, we thank you for this day and this time together and for drawing us all together as a community to read your word and to dive in and to read about all the tribes and the names that are all so significant, even though it seems like something we could just skip over. It seems so, we know it is so significant and so important and leads us to you. God, we thank you for each woman here. I thank you for all of them that bring their struggles and their hurts and ask for prayer. And we lift each one of them up to you. You know all the concerns, you know, those going through chemo, recovering from chemo, surgeries happening today or soon, or recovering from surgeries. You know each and everything going on, the sickness, the illnesses, the flu, all the things that people are struggling with right now. God, I just ask that you would surround each and every one of them. I just help us to trust in you and have faith in you. And I just pray for your provision and your strength for each woman here. God, as we face this Friday, a day that can easily be a day to derail and stay off plan for the rest of the weekend, I pray that you will help us all to remain focused on our health goals and most importantly, our goal of honoring you with our body and our choices, and help us to make choices that heal and nourish our body. In your precious holy name, I pray. Amen. Oh, my eyelash glue my eye was closed too long and I almost couldn't reopen it because my glue's not really that dry yet. Snowy and windy here. 27 degrees. You have fun in that, Mom. You enjoy it. Well, yeah, but it's going to be 60 today. It's not going to be beautiful or anything today, but it is going to be 60.
Yesterday, like before last, it was 3 degrees warmer there.
All right, good luck with your infusion today. I hope your port works and everything today, Faith. All right, girls, I'm going to go eat a very quick, I don't know, yogurt bowl or something real quick before we go, so I can get my psyllium husk in. Got to keep my gut moving, all that jazz. All right, girls, I love you so much. If you haven't signed up yet for Gut Instinct, we're starting in just barely over a week. So don't miss out on that. It's a pay what you can workshop. You're going to get a lot of great information about gut health and the importance of focusing on your gut, what matters, what doesn't matter, all that jazz. So come and join us for that. I also have a few spaces left in the Surrender Circle. We're going to get started in that with that on March 17th. And that is going to be a fabulous, very, very intimate group of women, small group, maximum 10. But right now we're much less than 10. It's going to be a very small, close-knit group of women. So if you would like to be part of the Surrender Circle, please reach out to me or go to Joyful Life with KJ on Facebook and you'll see the link pinned right at the top where you can apply to join. I look at everybody individually, and then we decide if it's right for you together, and then we'll be a very close-knit group. So for a 6-week session. So all right, girls, I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Friday, and I'll see you all back bright and early tomorrow. Love you guys.